Hi guys, I welcome you all to my channel Nitin Arora. With anticipation at a fever pitch, incredibly hyped, and much discussed camera of the year 2020, or should I say the decade? I think the decade. Canon has officially announced the next generation of full-frame mirrorless cameras, that is EOS R5 and EOS R6. And the spec sheet is just as impressive as all of us were hoping. So before I begin this video, I would like to show you all something which you all must be excited for. And here it is. Woohoo! The Canon EOS R5 guys! Well, you all must be thinking where actually I've got this camera from. So let me tell you guys, this is not the final product. This is just a pre-production unit which Canon has sent me to try my hands on this beast and see how it performs. Which I'm going to actually tell you for sure, since I'll be testing this machine in different scenarios and with different lighting conditions. But, hold on guys. As I also couldn't resist myself of buying this beast, so I've already ordered for my Canon EOS R5, which I'm going to get the very first week of August, and I really can't wait to explore more. So guys, I have been a Canon user for my entire life, and I have been shooting on Canon since I bought my very first professional camera, that was Canon 500D. That's about almost 10 years ago. And the reason of me telling you all this is that Canon has always been great with their technology. And the reason of me not switching to any other camera company is because I have always been inspired by the advancement that Canon comes up with. And this time as well, I'm really looking forward to use Canon EOS R5 because it has everything that I could have ever imagined as a photographer. Now I can see the excitement on your faces guys, and without any delay, let's talk about why people are talking about it so much and why all this buzz is happening after all. Well, talking about the key specification of Canon EOS R5, let's talk about the image quality first. Well, talking about the sensor, the all-new EOS R5 comes paired with a DigicX processor that's likely related to the processor of EOS 1DX Mark III. The sensor offers an expansive 45 million pixels of resolution, which I think is great for all the genres of photography, but will play an impressive role for landscape, commercial, wildlife and wedding photographers especially. It is also expected to have one-stop increase in dynamic range in comparison to the EOS R. Talking about the formats in stills, this camera has JPEG, RAW and HEIFF, which Canon introduced in the 1DX Mark III recently. In addition to the usual JPEG image capture, the R5 also captures images in RAW format in either 14-bit CR3 RAW files or compressed CRAW, as well as the unique dual pixel RAW format. Additionally, the R5 offers 10-bit high format images like the 1DX Mark III, which should offer a wider dynamic range, better color rendition, finer control over standard 8-bit JPEGs. The camera can also capture simultaneous RAW plus JPEG or RAW plus HEIFF images. Coming to the speed, which plays a very prominent role in photography, especially in wildlife and wedding photography, where you can't actually repeat the movements or actions that happens. The sensor and processor combo enable burst speed of up to 12 FPS with the mechanical shutter and 20 FPS while using the electronic shutter. Now let's talk about the autofocus in Canon EOS R5. Canon has provided its next generation dual pixel CMOS AF2 autofocus technology that is an upgrade of the existing dual pixel CMOS AF. There is also a 100% autofocus coverage area, which means that you can focus at any part of the frame, whether it's vertical or landscape. The AF points on the EOS Canon R5 has also been increased to 1053. That is 1053, 7 times more than what's there on the EOS R. Furthermore, there are 5940 manually selectable AF positions, Using the dual pixel sensor design, you can now adjust the background clarity in DP RAW, where the clarity of the background can be changed from 0 to +4. There is another feature which has been added under the DP RAW is portrait relighting, in which you can adjust the lighting in the photograph in the DP RAW format to simulate a change in the direction of the light source or a change in lighting intensity and illumination for a selected subject. The EOS R5 also has face tracking with eye detection AF, the proprietary technology that was first introduced in the Canon EOS R and Canon EOS RP. You will also get the ability to enable AF priority mode for people as well as for animals. You can choose this under the AF tab in the feature Subject to Detect, where you could see people, animals and no priority mode. Now coming on to one very important feature, which is low light sensitivity. According to the specifications, the R5's AF system is rated down to an impressive -6 EV with most lenses. The ISO in R5 is 51,200, which is expandable up to 1,02,400. Now one thing which is really hyped about this time in Canon EOS R5 is image stabilization. One of the key advantages of having the EOS R5 over the existing EOS series mirrorless cameras is its in-body image stabilization that is designed to work in conjunction with the optical image stabilization of the lens. It is effective up to 8 stops shutter speed and works with all EF and RF series lenses. The R5 comes with 5-axis image stabilization, which will have its own benefits, like you can do handheld shooting at slow shutter speed, taking snapshots at low ISO sensitivity with challenging light situations. One of the amazing features which Canon EOS R5 has introduced now is the dual card slot. The EOS R5 comes with one CF Express slot and one UHS 2 SD card slot. The CF Express card is faster and is the only option if you want to record RAW or all-eye encoded 8K video footage. The EOS R5 camera comes with inbuilt Wi-Fi to provide wireless connectivity for data transfer and sharing to mobile and remote devices directly or via dedicated Canon application and newly launched Image.Canon cloud platform. What makes EOS R5 even more special is the support of Wi-Fi offering 5 GHz bandwidth for high-speed data transfer. Let's talk about the build and layout of EOS R5. The camera with its magnesium alloy body has dust and water resistant design and weighs about 738 grams. Durable weather seal body design is built to handle tough and unpredictable weather conditions. By and large, the layout of controls along top of the camera are nearly identical to the original EOS R. The R5 also borrows the R's unique mode button control setup instead of a more traditional PASM mode dial. Elsewhere along the top, the R5 includes a customizable multi-function button, a lock button to prevent accidental button presses or dial movements, and a dedicated video record button. Moving to the rear of the camera, the rear LCD is essentially identical to one on the original R model, offering 2.1 million dots of resolution. Meanwhile, the EVF on the other hand is a noticeable upgrade over the ones in the previous R series cameras with a much higher resolution of 5.76 million dot OLED panel. We now have an AF joystick with adjustable sensitivity, and the multi-function bar has now been disappeared, which a lot of people were not able to use practically. On the left side of the camera, the R5 features a 3.5mm microphone input jack and a standard 3.5mm headphone jack. The camera also includes a flash sync terminal. The R5 also provides a Type D micro HDMI connector that supports clean HDMI output and a USB 3.1 generation 2 Type C port. The USB-C port offers computer connectivity as well as support for in-camera charging. The R5 uses a new battery called the LPE6NH, which can be differentiated with this new Canon hologram mentioned on the top of the battery. Though it shares the same form factor as the older LPE6N, it has a modest capacity boost of 16 Wh from 14 Wh. If you are already a Canon user, the EOS R5 will work with older LPE6N and the even older LPE6, but you will see reduced battery life if you use them. Coming on to the video now, you can shoot 8K 30 FPS RAW and 4K at 120 FPS. While still shooting is undoubtedly a major priority for the Canon EOS R5, one of the camera's groundbreaking areas is the video. While all of us might still be catching up with 4K video, Canon is ready to take the next step into 8K video. Yes, 8K guys, and not just 8K but up to 8K RAW video. In a camera body this small, that's simply astounding. 8K video can be recorded in either DCI resolution or Ultra HD. Meanwhile, 4K is available in both DCI and UHD. Additionally, the R5 offers a 4K at 120 FPS for higher frame rate shooting for easy slow motion videos, capture in both 4K DCI and 4K UHD. Finally, full HD video is also included, ranging from 23.98 FPS up to 60 FPS. There is also an IPB light option for 1080p at 30 FPS video. Now, one thing which I'm sure a lot of people must be eager to know about is the pricing for Canon EOS R5. Looking at the features you are getting in this compact mirrorless body, the price of Canon EOS R5 is $3899 roughly, which in Indian currency will cost rupees 3,39,995 for body only, including the GST. I really wish guys I could have shown you some test footage and image quality, but I assure to show you guys proper test footage and will make sure to upload on my YouTube channel as quickly as possible. But for my first look, it's really impressive as the kind of amazing features Canon has managed to squeeze into such a compact camera body. The most impressive autofocus performance I have ever seen, incredible image stabilization, a growing RF ecosystem, and that amazing horsepower which makes the R5 a good option for hybrid shooters. However, the overheating issue is something which is not very major for me and for a lot of other people, as I know that we don't have that technology yet to see the 8K footage. And as a wedding photographer as well, I am personally not going to shoot in 8K for obviously next 2 years at least. And for those who want to, then everything has a limitation and you need to shoot accordingly, keeping in mind the circumstances and the situations you have to shoot in. Do let me know guys what you think of the new Canon EOS R5 in the comments below, and if you enjoyed the video, please hit that like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button as well and the notification bell to make sure you catch up my upcoming videos. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next video very soon.